Welcome to the session. I'm so glad you're here. Let's have a look at what we'll be doing today. Okay, so we're going to focus on the back today. So the spine moves in different patterns. So we flex forward, we extend backwards, there's axial rotation to the right, axial rotation to the left, lateral flexion to the left, lateral flexion to the right. Okay, so there's quite a few movements that the back does. So as we live our daily life, one or more of these patterns may become painful or limited. You'll begin to discover through the movements in class today areas that may need some extra attention. So when focusing on our foundations, so that's our posture, our deep core activations, as well as fascia stretching, this puts the spine and body into a great natural posture that is strong and feels and looks good. So allow yourself to move with a feeling of security and strength while understanding the nature of the body work. You will need a mat, pillow, or towel for the lesson today. Let's get started. Sitting up straight, imagine that string pulling you up from the crown of your head. Focus on your posture, make sure the chin is tucked back, shoulders up, around, drop them down. Ears are in line with your shoulders and rib cage is tucked in. Okay, I want you to make sure that you've got equal weight distribution between both bum cheeks, so we're not leaning over to the side. Equal weight distribution, so you can feel both sit bones digging down into the mat. We're going to take a deep breath in, lifting our arms up. Breathe out, float them down. Breathe in, up. Breathe out, down. Roll the shoulders back. And keep them in the right position. We're going to take our hands, place them on our knees. Okay. So we're going to apply resistance by pushing our hands in towards our knees. So we're pushing that way. Okay? We're pushing into our knees. What we're going to do, we're going to start in a position. We're going to tuck the chin slightly, tilt it up to look up at the diagonal. From there, we're going to activate by pushing those hands into the knees. And now we're going to keep pushing. We're going to curl the spine, keep tucking the chin. Keep activating. And now we're going to uncurl. Keep pushing those knees into those knees. Keep the chin tucked. And lift to look up at the diagonal. Release. Okay, going again. Tuck the chin. Tilt to look up slightly. Activate. Push those hands into the knees. And roll forward. Your head is the last thing to go down. Keep that activation as you roll up. Head is the last thing to lift. Keep that chin tucked and look up at the diagonal and release. Okay, we're going to go again. So chin back, look up slightly, activate. Keep that activation as we curl the spine. Keep activating. We're going to roll back up. To look up at the diagonal. And release. Let's do two more like that. Activate. Hold that activation as you curl. Uncurl. And release. One last one. tuck chin, look up at the diagonal, activate by pushing the hands into the knees, and start rolling. Keep that activation. Keep activating. Roll back up. And release. Good work. We're going to take our hands over towards our left knee now. Okay. We're going to do the same thing here. So your hand down, your left hand on top of that hand. We're going to point in the direction of the knee. Okay. We're going to tuck the chin. Lift slightly to look at the diagonal. From there, we're going to push the hands into the knees. And we're going to roll forward, keeping that resistance, and then roll back up. Okay. So make sure your spine is lengthened, right hand on the knee, left hand over right hand. We're starting sitting up straight, tuck the chin back, tilt the head slightly to look up at the diagonal. We're going to activate by pushing your hands into your knees. And now you're going to curl the body, keep pushing into your knees. Hold that activation as you uncurl. And release. Activate. Curl. Reach, curl as much as you can there. And keep it there. As you roll up. Going again, tuck chin, chin up, activate, push your hands into your knee, and curl to roll. Hold it as you roll up. Release. Let's do one more. Activate. Away from that knee. Hold it and now curl back up. And release. You're changing over to the other side now. So you're placing your left hand on that right knee. We're rotating the body. Right hand on top of that left knee, left hand. So we're starting up, tucking the chin back, looking up at the diagonal. We're going to activate by pushing your hands into your knees, into your knee, and now we're going to curl. Keep pushing that hand against the knee as you curl back up. Keep the chin back and release. Activate. Curl. Keep that activation as you roll back up. Release. Activate. Curl that spine. Keep pushing against your knee. And roll back up. Keep pushing your hands against the knee. Release. Let's do two more. Activate. Release. Last one. Keep pushing against that knee. And release. Well done. You're going to lie down on your backs now. So onto your back, by going over onto your side first, and then rolling over onto your back. Getting nice and comfortable. Your legs are hip width apart, toes are facing forward. You've got a neutral spine. You can put one hand between the mat and your back. Your hips are level, okay? You're not sticking the ribs out, so tucking the ribs under, you can fit that one hand there. You're just going to relax the body, shoulders down and away from the ears. Chin is tucked slightly. You're going to lift one leg up at a time into our tabletop position, and we are holding behind our knees. From here, we're going to activate by pushing your knees away from you, okay? As you push away, your hands are going to pull the legs towards you, taking the knee towards the chest, okay? You can hold under your knees or on top of your knees, up to you. You can also lift the head up slightly if you want. Do whatever feels comfortable. You can also lift your head up slightly if you want. You do whatever feels comfortable for you. Okay, so relax the shoulders. We're going to start out, keep that chin tucked, by activating. So you're going to push those knees away from you. Now start pulling with the arms, taking those knees towards the chest, but keep resisting the movement. And release. Starting with straight arms, activate, push those legs away from you and pull with those arms. Keep resisting the movement. And release. Activate. Pull towards you. And release. Let's do two more. Activate. Pull towards you. And release. One last one. Activate. And pull towards you. And release. Good work. Take one leg down at a time. And I just want you tilting the hips. So we're going to flatten the back and release back to neutral. Flatten the back, release back to neutral. Let's do two more. Last one. Back to neutral. Okay. I want you rolling over onto your side, and we're going to push ourselves up. So remember, always on your side first, and then push up slowly. We're going into this position, okay? So you can take your knees apart, put your heels together. We're going to go down. We're first going to place your left hand out towards the end of the mat, okay? From there, we're going to take our right arm, scoop it under into that position, okay? So that right palm is facing upwards, okay? So we're going to push our right arm down into the mat. As we push down, we've activated the side, and we're going to move our hips over towards the right hand side. Okay, we're going to keep that activation, and then we're going to release. Okay, so again, left hand towards the outside of your mat. Right hand scooped under, palm facing up. We're going to activate by pushing your right arm down into the mat. Once you have that activation, you're going to take your hips over towards the right hand side. And release. Back to starting. Activate, push that right arm down and take those hips back towards the right hand side and release. We're going again. Activate, move back, keep that activation and release. Let's do one more. Activate, pull back, release and back. Good job. We're going to go onto our hands and knees now. Okay, we're going to do a cat curl. So hands are directly under your shoulders, knees are directly under your hips. We're going to push away, so your hands are going to push into the mat and away from you. Your knees are going to push down into the mat and away to the opposite direction. Okay, so we're going to activate by doing that. Push into the mat and away, arms and hands and knees apart, away from each other. Now we're going to roll up, curl up, keep resisting, and now we're going to pull our hands towards our knees and knees in towards hands as we uncurl and release. You're going to activate again. Make sure your chin's not down. Tuck the chin. Activate by pushing hands and knees into the mat and away from each other. Curl up. Now we're going to pull our hands and knees in towards each other to uncurl and release. Activate, hands and knees apart, roll up. Hands and knees come in towards each other as you uncurl, release. Let's do one more. Activate, push apart and roll up. And now pull knees and hands in towards each other as you uncurl and release. Good work. We're going to go over onto our other side now. So into this position, knees apart. We're going to take our right hand towards the outside of the mat. Okay, towards the side. We're going to scoop our left arm under. Okay, so your left palm is facing up. That right arm is supporting, bent down. Okay, so we're going to push our left arm down into the mat. As we push down, we're going to take our hips over towards the left hand side. Okay, and then back up. So let's get started. So first activate by pushing your left arm down. Now take your bum towards your left hand side and release. Back up. Activate, push down, take those hips over towards the left side, release and come back up. Activate, take the hips across, keep that activation, release and back up. Let's do two more. Activate, move, release and back up. Last one. Activate and move, release and back up. Well done.